Let's be honest, sometimes we overcomplicate things. Yes, the car buying process can be complicated, but getting a car for cheap doesn't have to be. Here are some ways you can get a car for the least amount of money as possible. Number one, paying cash. One of the best ways to save money on a car loan is to not get a car loan. If you can pay cash, that is the number one recommendation for buying a car. Since you won't be charged any interest, you'll end up paying the least amount possible for that car in the long run, and getting all the payments out of the way up front can be a huge help on saving you money. If you do go the loan route, get pre-approved by your local bank, credit union, financial institution of your choice, and bring that pre-approved loan to the dealership when you go shopping. This will give you something to compare with the rates that they are trying to offer you at the dealership. Oftentimes, if you show up at the dealership with this pre-approved letter, then you can leverage that against the terms the dealership is offering you. Next, improving your credit score. The best thing you can do if you want to get a good deal on a new car is do your best to improve that score. And many dealers and banks will take your credit score into account when deciding on down payments and interest. The better your score is, the less you will pay over time for that auto loan. Choosing the right time of year. Most dealerships start to try and make room for new cars between September and November, and during this time you will notice that interest rates at the dealerships and sticker prices, fingers crossed, will be much lower for the older models. The holidays can also be a great time to search for a new car because there are many deals and discounts happening to try and get people excited about buying a new car. Here's one you may not have thought of: buying a manual transmission. Well, they may not be as common as they used to, and they are not. Vehicles with manual transmissions are still being made every year. You can benefit from this by purchasing a manual vehicle at a lower price. Whether you're looking for a new or used one, a standard version is almost always going to be cheaper than the automatic version. And why is that? Fewer and fewer people know how to drive a manual transmission. Kids these days are driving up with automatics. They don't know how to drive a stick. And that's why. While it's super convenient to do this at the dealership, when you're looking for a new car, don't do a trade-in if you want to save money. You'll most likely not get the full market value of that vehicle. The best way, as usual, to get a good price on your old car is to sell it on the private market. Have you ever thought of going to an auction? These might be a good choice. If you're not picky about the kind of car you want, auctions have some good prices, some of the best prices available. Whether they are police auctions, government institutions putting on an auction, you'll be able to find some pretty incredible deals on cheap vehicles. Many of them will be name brand companies, but economy cars, something like a Hyundai, a Honda, or Toyota. But try auctions. You can always lease a vehicle if you don't have enough money. A great way to drive a new car with all the hassle of getting a loan is going for the lease route instead. It's a good option for those who like to drive new cars every 2 or 3 years, but don't want the responsibility of owning one. Many leases are for 24, 36 months, maybe 48 months. And will have a certain number of miles that you are allowed to drive during that term. Leasing offers some of the best rates for drivers, and yes, you will have to still make some monthly payments, but most likely less than a new vehicle payment that you have to own, and you don't have to deal with depreciation. And we'll finish off with this: searching for 0% financing. This is something I do on a regular basis with my videos, and you can find more by going to quotes.everymandriver.com. It may not make sense at first, but 0% financing does exist and can be found at many dealerships or online. Dealers will sometimes offer no interest on their financing if they're trying to make room on their lot for new inventory. So if you can find a 0% financing deal, that will be the cheapest possible deal you can get probably at the time. Dealers do make money on these 0% financing deals because they'll forego discounts and rebates off the top. And because of this, you may end up paying more on the sticker price, but less over time because you're not dealing with interest charges. As always, to find the best deals in your area on new or used vehicles based on zip code, go to quotes.everymandriver.com. It's a free search engine. Search for the make, model, and your zip code. If you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, just expand your zip code and be willing to travel a few miles to save a few bucks. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. One final note: if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.